Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today is a how-to video, long overdue. I will jump right into it because I don't want to overly plan this and then never get it out to you as usual, right? So we have here how to protect your aura or your energy. So I'm going to be explaining the methods that I have used, that I have learned just from my own experiences, or I've learned from other resources. I will be linking resources in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And these are just my personal methods that have worked for me. If something else works for you, you can feel free to share with us in the comments. And if something kind of sounds off about what I said, I am definitely not an expert, so feel free to correct me if something does sound kind of off. That's happened before. I welcome the education and the feedback from you guys who are way more experienced than I am. I kind of just like took a little piece of things throughout my entire life, and here is what I've come up with. There's a couple of different things you can do for yourself and how to protect your aura and your energy. Now, this video is specifically going to help those of you that are highly sensitive. If you are an empath, or just in general let's say a sensitive or maybe an anxious person, that kind of a thing, it's a sort of like a gift and a curse to be an empath. I identify as an empath, and if you do not properly protect yourself, you will absorb a ton of excess energy, and you're just pretty much going to get sick, depleted, or sort of burnt out. Okay, and I think that that's something that most of you guys watching can relate to. So over the years, I had to take these little steps, and it did help. From how I am today versus how I was, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, it's a complete difference. I don't get sick anymore. I used to. That's a whole other video. So let's jump right in. I would say for you, just to get this first and most powerful divine tip out of the way before I forget, and I learned this from Sonia Choquette's book, which I recommend highly in a lot of videos. I will link it below, called Ask Your Guides. She recommends, and actually I read this on an online article too, just by searching it on Google. I will have to fetch that for you and show you in the description, is to pray to Archangel Michael for protection. Okay, so this one is the strongest divine thing that you can do. I'll do a self one next, but all you do is you pray specifically to Archangel Michael, who is responsible for protection. So you can just simply ask to please protect my aura, protect my energy, protect me from harm, or etc. So that's the number one tip. It is the sort of like divine intervention tip. Okay, so that's number one. Now, the next part is anything and everything that you guys can do to protect yourself without, kind of calling on anybody else. But at all times, you want to work with your angels and guides, because energetic and angelic protection is always going to be more powerful than anything here on planet Earth. They're of a higher frequency, closer to the divine, of course. Well, they're the messengers. So the number one thing that I have personally done over time, I learned this just from different books and different methods that I've kind of stumbled upon just myself, is to use a visualization. Okay, visualization is where you really imagine something with your most detailed and vivid imagination. But this is not just imagining something and daydreaming. Visualization is energy work. It is magic work. It's healing work. So anything that you visualize is the actual healing in itself. So here's a simple one, and I will at the end of the video kind of go through some more steps. I will link all of the different timestamps in the description and elsewhere I'll have to see. So here's a simple one for you guys. So what you want to do when you do any energy work is you want to sit tall in your chair, or stand tall and align your body. You can do it lying down as well. Align yourself, feet flat on the floor, or sometimes I actually cross my ankles. Sometimes that helps me, I don't know, to feel more grounded. Shoulders back, and center yourself, okay? So here you are in your center. You want to breathe from the belly at all times to have just like a stronger flow of breath. The visualization, just get into the flow of your breathing. Your visualization to protect your aura, your energy, is to imagine that, I would probably say, you can do it from any direction. You can change this to fit your needs or your likes, but you want to envision a shield of light protecting your whole body, your whole energy, your whole spirit, okay? So I like to personally picture that I'm breathing in, and the stronger that I breathe in and out, the shield is kind of coming out from me. It's a white force field, okay, swirling around my entire body. You can do it from top to bottom. It's really just up to you. Okay, so I picture that I'm now in this force field of light, and the more that I breathe, and I picture that it's swirling around and becoming more tangible and more sort of more dense in a sense. So you're really like in an egg. You're in this force field of light. I use white or golden light in my energy practices for protection. You can use, I've heard of blue is also for protection as well. Go with whatever feels right to you. So I picture that it's getting stronger and stronger, this force field of energy. And so as you're imagining it, you also want to program it with, the next tip is an affirmation. Okay, so an affirmation is just a simple phrase, like a command, that will then help to like create that intention and program the energy work that you're doing. So here's you're sitting in your force field, you're picturing that you are protected, and you're picturing, let's say for example, negative energy coming towards you. Picture it bouncing off of you, or maybe dissolving, or anything that you like. So you're going to pair this visualization with an affirmation that is something like, you can say something like, I am protected from negative energy. I am protected from evil. I am protected from darkness. I stay powerful in my light. Any of these will do. So those were a couple that I use. You can feel free to share yours below. So the visualization is the first step. Again, for this particular step, I will, with you guys, take you through like a short thing at the end of the video if you want to check that out instead. Okay, so that is an example of a method of spiritual protection. You always want to breathe in and breathe out regularly. You don't want to breathe like shallow breaths, and you want to, as usual, stand tall and firm in your stance. Body language, posture is basically directing the flow of energy within your body as well, okay? So you want to keep that one in mind. Now, the next part of the self methods that you can do, that was the spiritual portion of the mind, body, spirit balance. Now, the mental part, this one is more self-explanatory, but the most difficult. This one, you want to work on the thoughts, okay? So if you are surrounding yourself with positive thoughts, this is going to build a natural protection and resilience to your aura, versus if you are completely basically inundated with negative thoughts and negative energy. Thoughts equal energy. We have to, as just our own selves, we have to really be mindful and accountable for the thoughts that we put out there into the world, or your words, and towards yourself. So think of it the same way you might think of what you eat, okay? They say like you are what you eat. Well, you are what you think as well. So surround yourself with positive thoughts, and the biggest one that will help to protect you are thoughts of love and self-love, because love is the highest frequency, it is the most healing, it is pure light within the spiritual realm. So surround yourself with positive thoughts, with thoughts of love, as well as positive intentions I wrote down here. So like imagine what would happen if you were walking around this earth with just negative intentions towards everybody. You're in a really dark energy. So transform that over time. It takes time, but little steps will help. It also helps to write it down where you can see it, and you can be reminded of that positive thought every day. Now, the physical part of the mind, body, spirit protection. So I wrote down here, you want to focus on things like balance, right? So of course, you want to get proper sleep. You want to have a decently healthy, balanced sort of a diet and exercise routine, because this will help to naturally protect you. So I kind of equate protecting your aura and your energy with your immune system and all of that other balance. So that sleep is so important to our auras and our energies, as well as that other stuff for physical health. As it sounds kind of obvious, but it's often not. So physically speaking, what I feel will help to protect you guys is if you keep yourself in a high vibration. So this means to take care of the physical body. Physical exercise, whether it's like cardio, taking long walks, strength training, this will help. The stronger you feel within your body, the stronger you will feel within your spirit and within your mind. Remember, it's all about the balance of the mind, body, spirit connection. So some added things, you want to always be mindful. And I don't know much about some of these things here, but I would probably say that things like yoga, tai chi, or martial arts, if you guys practice that, that will also most likely give you some natural protection as well. So that's mind, body, spirit tools that you can do, or rather methods you can do just for yourself. So some other things that I wrote down here, the next part actually is tools and habits that will help to protect your aura. So some easy tools that you can use. As you can see, I have a candle here. It's a fresh white candle I have in a glass bowl, and I light a candle every time I do my tarot or energy work. It acts as a bridge to the spiritual realm. Light is a symbol of God, of the divine, of spirit, angels, all of that, okay, depending on, whatever you want to call it or them. That's the first and most obvious tool that I would use. If you want to feel more protected, light a candle. White is pretty much for everything. It's a color for different things like cleansing, or just a color that you can use for basically any kind of energy work. But for protection, you also can use, I think you can use black candles, or, again, blue might be another color for protection. You guys can let me know more about that if you know more about it. So that's the first tool. I'm going to leave this here. The next tool that I use myself all the time are crystals. I have often recommended black tourmaline. Here it is. This is a rough stone. I personally like the rough stones better. So that's one example. Black tourmaline is incredible for energy protection. So you want to make sure to research properly how to use your crystals. It's a whole other video, but you want to just make sure to charge them, cleanse them and charge them, and put the intention into the crystal. So you're meditating with it. You're using a simple affirmation like I showed you before, and you say something like, you protect me from evil, or you protect me from negative energy. It's a simple way to do it. That's black tourmaline. I'll probably list these in the description just in case if I'm talking too fast. This is obsidian, okay? This is another good option. Now, I've read or been told the difference between these two is that black tourmaline repels, and I can absolutely vouch for that. It does. It works so well. And obsidian actually kind of absorbs. That's what I've been told. I feel like that is true. So it like absorbs excess negative energy. If, for example, you're in a negative environment, or you don't want the energy to come towards you, you want it to be trapped somewhere else, maybe. I think that's a good way to put it. This here is aqua aura quartz. This one, my sister gave me this one, and I read in the paper that it was good for psychic attack. So that's another example. And if you want to go a different route, if you want to protect yourself with the energy of love, you can, of course, use rose quartz. This is a huge one. I don't anticipate you getting a big one like this, but this is an example, so rose quartz is good. Some other tools that are like crystals, you have your totems here, the spirit animals. This is my clear quartz, which I just use for amplifying the power of other crystals. And this one, you can wear the crystal on you as jewelry or amulets for protection. This is smoky quartz. So you wear this as a regular necklace, or you can wear it as a bracelet, as I demonstrated here. I don't normally wear bracelets in my videos because it moves when I shuffle. So this is hematite. This is another example. Go with whatever crystal you feel called to use, and make sure that you just research it, use it properly, and that kind of thing. Oils is another way of protecting your aura. I just have like a blend. I think this is the doTERRA brand. It's a little expensive, but just pick whichever oil could resonate with you. Plant therapy is another brand as well. So those are some really powerful tools to help to protect your energy. Clothing is another thing to protect energy. So different colors are protective. I think, again, black, blue, brown, just kind of, again, like research that separately. So, and amulets and symbols, okay? So as you can see, I always have some kind of symbols around me. I do have my beautiful This is a pentacle that I personally love. I am interested in this dimension of things. I don't show it on camera. Some people mistake that for something that it's not, but that is a symbol of protection. I have my tapestries. I have the beautiful Om and another mandala over here that you can't see. I have the tree of life behind me there, and my St. Anthony little lamp. So anyway, so those are some examples of things that I consider tools, and I only say tools because they help us with our crafts and our methods, and they help to boost the power of them. Now, the final thing in regards to protecting your aura and your energy are some habits, some nice, like I guess, healthy and balanced habits that will help you guys to just feel better, feel in a higher frequency, a higher vibration, so that you are naturally protected. The one that I'll say is the most obvious is being in the energy of love, as well as laughter. When you're laughing and you are just like, in that heightened state, you feel better, just emotionally, energetically. Some other things you can get involved with: dancing or singing, prayer, meditation, even stuff with writing and creativity. Definitely being in nature, in fresh air, and the biggest one is sunlight. Get out into the natural sunlight. I always identify the sunlight in my visualizations and in my real life with the energy of the divine, and I feel connected. And not to mention all the other health benefits, the actual physical health benefits of sunlight. So that's the gist of what I have. Okay, some added bonus tips here. This is going to sound super obvious, but stay away from negativity. As much as you can, stay away from negative environments and excessively negative people that drain you. And I understand that this is not always doable, but sometimes it's necessary. If you are in an overly stressful environment or around overly negative people, just try to be mindful and protect yourself before you go to that space or see that person. And if it's possible, really remove yourself. That might not be possible for all of you, but if you have to and you're becoming burnt out and overly stressed, you may have to take that option eventually. That's what I did. I removed myself from a negative job environment, and it made all of the difference in the world. So do your best with that one. I know that's different for everyone, so just keep that one in mind. An extra bonus tip we have also is to ground yourself and to cleanse yourself. I often say that grounding, cleansing, and protecting, those are like the holy sort of trinity of staying mentally and physically and spiritually well balanced. So grounding yourself, you can do a visualization where you are a tree, a mountain, some earth element. Picture the roots going from the base of your spine or the bottoms of your feet to the earth, and you are becoming rooted, right, to the earth. If you practice yoga, this is the root chakra. You can do different poses for this as well. And cleansing, I've already spoken about this on different videos and here and there. You can use different things to help you out. I often use the Palo Santo. I use sage. For some reason, the light is darkening in the video. That's a little creepy. What else? Other things to cleanse? You can use salt baths, detox. Epsom salt is really good. And one other thing that you can use for salt that I only learned recently is you can take some from a spiritual store, probably not like a grocery store. You want to just take some salt and sprinkle it in like the four corners or maybe in your working space. It is said to help to absorb excess energy, which I only started, and I feel that it helps. That's just my personal opinion. So just to recap, how to protect your aura and your energy: you have your visualizations, affirmations, your breath work, and your posture. That's the spiritual stuff. Mentally, positive thoughts, positive intentions, and love. Physically, okay, take care of the physical body, be in a higher vibration, and just be mindful of balance. Okay, you can use any of the tools that I mentioned today. Again, my personal strongest or best recommendation is black tourmaline. And I'm sure I have other stuff along the way that I'll bring up in later videos. And so those are the tools. You have the oils, you have the the symbols, definitely amulets and jewelry are wonderful. And the habits, stay in a high vibration. Do things that you love. Do things that will make you feel elated and excited and just happy or mindful or creative. Any of these things will do. Okay, so what I'm going to do with you guys now, if if you feel so called, okay, so we're going to do a brief meditation together for protecting our aura specifically. So I'm just going to kind of go with the flow on this one. I did not write this out. I'm just going to do it with you guys. Okay, so make sure that you are comfortably seated and that you are aligned within your body posture, like I said, so get comfortable, okay? And take a single breath in from the belly, and then breathe out. Okay, so I'm going to move my little candle for a second. So breathe in again from the belly, and breathe out. Okay, so center yourself for just one moment, and relax. So you can feel free to close your eyes, continue to breathe. And I would like for you to visualize that a swirling beam of light is now touching the top of your head. This white beam of light, it is showering down your whole body. This white light showering down your shoulders, your arms, your back, your front, your hips, your legs, your feet, swirling back up again, and encasing you in a force field of white light. Picture that it is swirling around you and strengthening with each turn, becoming stronger and more dense and protective each time it swirls around you. With every breath that deepens, the force field becomes that much stronger. Breathing in, breathing out. You may also imagine that every breath in, you are breathing in the white or golden light into your being, and breathing out any toxins or negative energy, picturing the black cloud funneling from your lips. Breathing in light, breathing out darkness. When you feel that the shield of protection has strengthened to your desire, and you feel that you are ready and protected within this egg of energy, you may now program your shield and say, I am protected from negative energy. I am protected from darkness. I remain within my light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So breathe in and visualize any negative energy at all coming towards you, as it may, but this time as it reaches you, it reaches your shield instead, and it bounces off or disintegrates, maybe melts right down to the floor. Maybe you can hear the sound that it makes as it bounces off, or dissolves, or extinguishes. Breathe in again. Picture yourself smiling and beaming with light, knowing that you are fully protected. As a final affirmation, you can say something like, I am protected at all times. My aura is protected at all times. wherever I go or whoever is around me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So as a final tip, you can change that visualization to anything that you would like that fits your creative imagination. And again, you want to channel Archangel Michael as an added layer of angelic protection for you guys. So every, I guess, little resources I will link in the description, but I really hope that this was helpful to you. I know that there was background noise, but I still hope that you were able to focus on your creating your energetic shield. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I hope it helped, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Thank you so much, and I will see you in a couple of days, I hope. All right, take care. Bye-bye.